Hey, this is Carla MIchelle, your favorite coach and consultant. Thank you for tuning in to the Strong Network podcast today and any other day that you do it. Remember to share and subscribe if you have not already. And if you like what we're doing over here and you love it so much and you want to give it a 5-star, I would appreciate it, because it helps with the algorithms over there and Apple Podcast. And so go ahead and leave a comment. Leave what impacts you. What do you get when you listen to the Strong Network podcast? It'd be great to hear and to just share that with others so others can be encouraged and enlightened and strengthened, and having them check into who they are in their strategies and talents and being resilient and optimistic, knowing that they're necessary. And with that, looking to expand their reach, whether it's a personal or professional reach, and that is going global, which is the acronym for STRONG. So, yes, let's go in. Oh, one more announcement before we get started. I do want to say the title today is Am I Competitive or Insecure? Am I competitive or insecure? That is today's topic on the Strong Network podcast. I also want to invite you to a couple of events that are coming up. And the date of the first event is April 24th. That is a Sunday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I am hosting a Mind Reset Boot Camp. And last year I hosted a boot camp. It was Strong Boot Camp, and it was great from the feedback that I got. Well attended, impactful. So I am inviting you and your friends and your family and your coworkers, whoever. We are going to have the Mind Reset Mind Reset Boot Camp. There is going to be on-the-spot coaching for every individual who signs up. And even if you do not want to be put on the spot and ask, why did you show up today and how can I support you? This is your chance to even listen to others. And maybe if you're not the kind that step up on the stage and want to talk, this is virtual, this is Zoom, and you just want to kind of listen to learn, that is fine too. But if you, to the others who are may be ready to ask those questions and share where you are in life and work through what has happened for you in these first 90 days of 2022, then show up April 24th, 12 p.m. I check the show notes and there will be a link for you to register. And there is a savings if you bring a friend. And then there's also a VIP ticket where you get the actual boot camp, but you also are able to get a private one-on-one coaching session as well. So I would hope that you would take advantage of that. And this for me is something that I offer because I hear a lot of people. Not a lot. There's many people who want coaching, but they don't really necessarily want the pressure of the one-on-one or the pressure of the investment to work with a coach that it takes. But this is such a great savings for you to ask your question, to get some clarity, to be heard and to be understood, whether it's professional or personal, relational, financial, spiritual. You come and you be ready April 24th, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That is a virtual boot camp, Mind Reset Boot Camp, hosted by me, Carla MIchelle. So tell a friend, check your show notes, and if you have questions, always use hello at Dr. Carla Inc. Hello at drcarlainc.com. Now let's get to it. Am I competitive or am I insecure? Am I competitive or insecure? What a question, right? And it was something to think about when this came up for me. And not me personally, but just like what I wanted to talk. Well, I can definitely relate to, is it competitiveness or am I insecure? But this comes up just as a topic that I believe is necessary to discuss, because you've had that colleague, that sibling, whoever, someone you know who is so competitive, or there's those times where someone will see someone else doing something and then they say, like, I'm going to do it and I'm going to do it better. Is it truly competition? And I would like to just dip into, I am not talking about athletics. I am not, because that is all about competition. So I am not talking about athletics in this moment, but I am talking about your personal endeavors, your professional endeavors. Is it about competition or is it about your insecurities? Because there's many times that competitiveness is birthed from insecurity. Competitiveness can be birthed from insecurities. So you need to check yourself. Are you insecure, which causes you to go 1,000 times more with a situation because you're trying to prove yourself? You're trying to prove yourself to whoever, or prove yourself to yourself, prove yourself to your family, prove yourself to your friends. What is this competitive nature and where does it stem from? Who told you you had to be competitive? Where did you get that from? Well, we do hear it when we interview or when we're going, for a position. This is a competitive market, or when you're trying to buy a house, this competitive market. However, what happens when you really see that what is yours is yours? What you need to have for you will have. Does competitiveness really need to be in play? Because many times, if we look at it, it is really birthed out of the insecurities of not feeling enough, feeling like an imposter, feeling like someone, there's many stories in our past that we carry over into our present and into our future. If someone is telling you you're not enough, you're not a fit, they're better than you, even siblings pitted against each other. Oh, you don't do this like your brother, or you don't do this like your sister. And you get that competitive edge. Or so you've got to understand, is it you, not understand, you got to be clear and see and very transparent with yourself and ask that question. Am I today reacting out of insecurity, or this is a real need to be competitive? So competitive offers. You may have a product. Now that's a different type of competition. Competitive means that you're in that same flow of a company that is similar to yours. You have competitive pricing. We're not talking about that. I am talking about the way that you show up in your days. Everything a competition. For instance, you have the same title, position as someone else in the company. As a colleague, coworker. But yet you have put in your mind that you have to outdo them, that you have to show up better. And it just becomes very stressful for you, very uneasy. You're unable to collaborate. You're unable to help expand or grow the idea because it's all about competition and getting your way. It's all about making sure your voice is heard no matter what. And I'm all for speaking up. I am all for your voice being heard. What we have to be sensitive to is, what is the nature of your goal? What is the nature? What's the intention of your goal when it comes to that project? Is it just for you to shine? Is it for you to get that bonus and that bump up and that promotion? And I get that you want to promote. I get that you want that bump. But is the competition mindset, the competitive mindset, is it hurting you or helping you? Because a lot of times the competition will wear you down. It'll wear you down. So remember, if you're feeling worn down, ask yourself, is this because I'm in the competitive mode? You can watch something on social media and it can trigger something in you, and it can make you think those less than thoughts. And so you're going to show up on social media in a way that is competitive and stressful and hard. And where's the love? Love is gone. You're just out there like, oh, no way. Is that person who's doing the same thing as me going to outdo me? I'm going to get up on here and I'm going to do it better. But can you just do it without it being birthed from a competitive mindset? Because when you come to me and say, hey, coach me in this, I will definitely search for what is the root, and is it insecurity? What are you trying to prove? What story are you holding on to about yourself that really isn't working for you right now when it comes to competition, or it comes with collaboration, or when it comes to your insecurities? Now, the other side of it is your insecurities can take you out of the game. So it's finding that balance. It's finding, as I like to say, harmony in your life, where you're not doing either or. You're not overly competitive, nor are you not showing up. Because some people just want to play in the shadows. And then others want to, always be in the front, in the spotlight. So where is the balance, and what is the timing? Is there a timing for your competitiveness? Is there a time for your shadow play? Is there those moments where you have to be in control, or I don't want to say control. You have to be aware of how and what is showing up. Because we all have a competitive nature of some sort. And then some of us who don't show our competitive nature will cut somebody off. We won't want to be around them because they're intimidating, or, they make you feel a certain way. Well, what can happen is they can trigger an insecurity. So what needs to really take place at the root is understanding, what is it that this person is triggering in my life? What is it that I may be triggering in other people's lives? Am I just so freaking competitive? Have you ever lost a friend because of a competition? In your head? Not a real competition, the competition in your head. Like, my friend, we started out together, and now look at them. And they're just like left me. They don't care. They don't call. They're not this. They're not that. So maybe that person is not in competition with you. Maybe that person is just doing what's on their heart to do. And because you have an insecurity, your insecurity is what's left you where you are, not that person. Your insecurities can leave you stagnant. Bottom line. If you're competitive, check your insecurities. And if you are insecure, own that insecurity, but do do something about the insecurity. What is it, and why are you insecure? And why will you let yourself sit in it for years? Why does the insecurity still have such a hold on you? when the incident that caused it all has been so many years ago. I want to encourage you to find yourself, the true you, in everything that you do. Find the true you in everything that you do, whether it's on your job, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's the way that you live your life. Live it to your standards of who you want to be, not based on what someone else is doing or not doing. And I'm going to show them, and I'm going to win at this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to be the best. And I don't want being the best at what you do because you believe that is great. But the competition, that spirit of competition is so draining. It's so tiring. It's hard to uphold. The most competitive person at times can be the most depressed person. The most competitive person can at times be the most depressed person because they're always pushing. They're never satisfied. They're not finding the joy in what they do. It's win, 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 win. And who's trying to win? I'm going to do better. Well, that's tiring. And I am one who believes in sweatless victories. I am the one who definitely believes there's room for everybody. So find your space where you can believe there's room for everybody. That collaboration outdoes competition any day when it comes to personal and professional life. Collaboration and who you collaborate with, who you do. And if you feel in competition or someone's in competition with you, that's their issue. But if you're in competition with others, that is definitely something that you need to dig deeper. You need to find someone to talk to. You need to work with me as a coach. You need to find a friend who can tell you the truth. Like, dude, dude or woman, you're so competitive. And it's a turnoff for some. And it's not that they don't want you to achieve. It's just the spirit. You're never at peace. You never find your rest. You're just going. You're never trusting that what you have is what someone needs, and you do not have to fight to prove it. And if you do, you might want to rethink where you are, what position you hold, who you work for, and most of all, reassess your thought process. Reassess your thought process. So, are you competitive or insecure? This is Carla MIchelle, your host of the Strong Network podcast. And it's always a pleasure to have this time with you. Please reach out for any questions, any concerns, and remember that I want to see you at the Mind Reset Boot Camp. And we are also having in July 15th, we are also having the Bold and Beautiful experience. The Bold and Beautiful experience in Temecula, California, July 15th through 17th. This is a great getaway for women. And I call it the Red Tent Experience because it's that special moment of coming together. And if you've ever read the book, The Red Tent, it kind of explains it a little bit more. But historically, and if it's true, I don't know, it could be fictional. In camps back in the day, if you were unclean, women listening, if you were unclean that time of the month, you went away to a tent. And then we term it the red tent because you're at that time of the month. And the women would get away from the camp and go into this tent and have this very intimate time with each other, whether it's talking, sharing, just being women without the men around. That is the Red Tent Experience, and having the conversations that help you go to the next level. Well, this conversation is called Bold and Beautiful. And I am excited to host. This is the second stage. First, we had Bare and Beautiful. This is Bold and Beautiful. And then we'll have Bountiful and Beautiful. And it's just an exciting time to get away, good food. This is a beautiful home that we have. we're using. I even have a VIP on this for it's called the Bode Room, and it's one of the master suites in this home. And we have some special things being planned, and I'm really excited. Once again, hello at drcarlainc.com, and also I will leave the link for you, and you can go ahead and sign up and bring a friend. And once again, thank you for listening to the Strong Network, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.